over 30 and you're still raving, what are you doing with your life?
I'm raving. I'm raving. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. In the like Taylor Swift world, which is like just as big as the entire EDM community.
If not bigger.
They all believe that they like own the, you know, like it's like a Taylor Swift thing. Like Candy is like a Taylor Swift thing.
And we started the trend, not you guys.
Yeah.
And I believe they're literally called friendship bracelets.
We've gotten enough hate on Twitter that I think let's just move on to the next question.
Welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
We do have a
like
question of the day for you guys today, which is, what was the best festival of 2024 for you?
And to make it a little bit for our audience, anyone who's attended, but for you guys, maybe like best you played at or attended, because you guys are ravers first, right? Like you were ravers first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Best. So we're doing best played.
Up to you.
Just
Okay.
best. What was the best?
I mean, it's hard to beat Electric Forest. Like it's always hard to beat Electric Forest.
I had a feeling.
Like
I can see that.
Electric Forest is just such a special place, and especially like for us to be able to last year have like gone back and played in the exact same place at the exact same time on the exact same day that we had kind of like the moment that started our come up. And like especially like in the last year, having like met so many people that are like, I was at both of them. Like I was there at like the original one, and then I was there at like the second one, and like the energy there was just so unique. But I will say that like besides the obvious answer, number 2,
which one
is Hard Summer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like,
That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was insane.
This year's Hard Summer was probably the best Hard Summer actually I've ever been to, and I've been going since 2014.
I've gone before too. Is this the first year they did at SoFi?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last year.
And the last year.
Because everyone started complaining about the sound.
Yeah. For
People were
those
saying,
watching, Hard Summers here in Southern California.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like people were saying like, oh, you could hear from like 7 miles away. I was like,
Okay,
I don't know about that.
so I think the whole reason was like the sound was being carried by the buildings.
So oh my god, it's bouncing around.
Yeah. So you can
You hear, like,
basically hear it all the
sub-bass
way
from-
up until I think Culver City.
Jesus Christ.
That's what they
It
said.
was a sick location though.
It was sweet.
Also, I think the people like after the festival, obviously everyone's like looking for an Uber. I'm sure the people in the neighborhoods don't like that.
Oh
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but that's like SoFi. Like if you live in that area, fact check me on this, but if you live in that area, I believe you get free tickets to whatever is happening at the events
That's
and
sick.
venues. Because like, you know, like that's traffic you're going to have to deal with
100%.
every single week.
Yeah, that's
100%.
true.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I do think that the rent or mortgage is cheaper though. Just because
That would make
it's
sense.
There's
like
got to
an
be
event-
some
it's an
form of
event area.
compensation or something, but yeah.
I mean,
You'd be
dude,
shocked
if you
in
got
this
tickets
world.
to like the football games and shit.
get
That's
fucked.
crazy. Hey yo, football.
yeah. I would say for me, I mean, best festival had to have been EDSea, the cruise. And we'll talk more about that later for sure, because all of us here were all on that. But yeah, I mean, just totally surreal experience. I mean, you're literally on a rave on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
Yep.
Like that's crazy. And then you're in the Bahamas one of the days.
Yeah.
On the beach.
Yeah,
That
at a
was
set.
sick.
Totally pampered. Like
It was
you're like totally pampered.
It's kind of hard to argue with that when you're literally like you're getting every single amenity that a raver could possibly want.
Yeah.
You're not getting underfed. You are always being
Dude,
constantly
cafeteria 24 hours?
Bro,
Yeah.
five minutes to get to my bed. Holy shit.
I'm telling you guys, I was listening to Slander with a plate of chicken and just going ham on these wings while like, you know, Love Is Gone is playing in front of me. Like
I gotta say
such a
though,
good time.
I was really sad that the soft serve machine was not working past like 2 a.m.
Dude, I know I kept trying to get it.
me too.
And I was so pissed.
Dude, they had like 2, and I just kept going back and forth. I'm like, are they working? Are they
I'm not
working?
gonna lie though, on the last day, I like made it like a thing. I was like, I'm getting soft serve no
getting
matter what.
soft serve,
And I got
bro.
it, and it was really disappointing.
It was like McDonald's with their McFlurry machine, man.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fuck?
Are there any other festivals that you guys enjoyed thoroughly for this year?
Yeah. I would say, I mean, EDC, the cruise, obviously is the top one. But if I had to like take that off the list, because it's, you know, that's a very obvious one. It was a camping one that we went to. I can't remember what it was called right now. We only went one day though.
Oh,
Lightning in a
bottle.
Lightning in a
I
bottle.
heard the best things about lighting in a bottle.
Only got to go one day. Next year, for sure, going all 5 days.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it
Damn,
4
that's-
days or 5
that's
days?
sick.
So it spans from like Wednesday to like Monday when they like kick you out. Yeah.
Is like
fi-
Wednesday the early arrival kind of thing, or is it
I
start
think so.
Wednesday?
It start like music starts on Wednesday.
Damn.
Which I think is crazy. No, I think a pre-party Tuesday. So yeah,
It's a long time.
no, it's
Y'all are
fucking-
built
It's one of those.
Y'all are built
Those.
different.
I'm gonna need you guys to like get on that lineup and just go play it so that we can see you guys there.
yeah, just
Would
get on the
love to.
lineup, by the way, guys.
It's funny sometimes because like you get like booked in advance for things, but sometimes festivals like that where like I honestly don't like know like when lightning a bottle happens, but like that lineup dropped and I was like, shit, we're not on it. It's like, damn it, like
Wait, so do you guys find out like what you're playing by when the lineup actually drops?
no,
You're
like
no.
usually like you get like they start with like the bigger artists. Like if you're like a headliner,
Yeah.
like you're probably getting booked like very shortly after the current year,
Makes sense,
2024 year ends. And like the festival, like Electric Forest 2024 ends, and they're probably already talking to the headliner, for 2025.
I see.
But like, and then it
Valid.
moves down and down, and like we can kind of be like, it's getting pretty close to this festival. Like we're probably not playing it, Like we probably actually,
That's crazy.
we
that
could
it's
probably
like that.
ask, like we could probably just ask our agents too,
Yeah.
and they probably have an answer. But like, like I don't know when Lightning a Bottle happens, so like that one like just came out, and I was like, shit,
We
like,
got
we're
for
not on
EDC
it.
Vegas.
It's one of those. I feel like it's one of those ones that kind of just like sneaks in there.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of great videos and stuff like from it. I've had some friends go to it in the past. I'm always
Same.
like, it's like by a lake or like
Yeah.
something too,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm like, that
It's-
looks sweet.
It's in Bakersfield, so it's about 100 miles north
Oh
of here.
yeah, I know Bakersfield.
Nice.
And a week after EDC Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
that's probably why.
And one that has like a very similar vibe to it, which I think is like hands down probably my personal favorite festival for 2024 was Same but Different. It's held at Lake Paris, and it has like lightning in a bottle vibes plus Burning Man, and it's like smaller, but it's also by a lake, and they have a stage that you take a ferry boat to, and it's like
That's sick.
Mary Droppins played like a set over there, but you literally take a
Sick.
ferry boat all the way to the other island.
A ferry boat to a Mary Droppin' set.
Yeah,
is
it's
sick.
fucking nuts.
That is so
Super
sick.
Yeah,
that sounds
no.
like a movie.
We took a ferry boat to Mary Droppins.
Taking
Taking
a
a
ferry
ferry
to I would say it's kind of the same thing. Electric Forest is definitely a very hard one to beat. But for me, I would say like Hard Summer, just kind of being from California, and that was one of like the first festivals I went to.
Same.
So yeah, when it used to be at
Yeah,
Fontana
Fontana,
Racetrack.
yeah,
the Raceway. Yep.
yeah, yes sir.
I was also
Hot as
there
hell,
when
always.
it was at like the Fontana Park or is it a park in Fontana?
Mhm.
The years before it was at the Speedway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go before then. I went to the one that was at the Speedway, and I just
Same.
remember it being like just it's always insanely hot in August. It's California.
Yeah.
Always have a good time though.
Yeah, always good time.
Yeah.
But I would say like Hard Summer was probably one of my top, just because being back home and just like the energy and the crowd that was there was just
Yeah.
kind of blew us away when we saw it. So
100%.
but yeah, kind of like what John said too. Forest is a hard one to beat, but I think Hard Summer was kind of up there for me too.
Nice.
Hard
Joshy?
Summer was a party.
Hard
That
Summer was a
crazy.
definite party. There was a dude like there's a specific guy I remember like just standing on the what was it, like the
parking, like-
concrete parking like bricks, and he was just on there the entire
We've
time.
seen him like 5 times since.
Yeah.
And every time I'm
And
like,
he always,
yo,
and
like,
he
good
always,
to see
and
you.
he like always comes up. He's like, I was the guy that was on the parking thing at the hardcore set. He's like, I know you guys saw me because like he was taller than everyone. Right?
I
know
tell him every
you
time,
guys-
like, dude, like, we literally were talking about you on stage.
on stage, like
that's
on stage,
so
we would look
funny.
at each other and be like, he's just going nuts.
Yeah.
Like he's just going crazy.
Do you have a bottle in his hand? Might be a
I
different
don't
guy.
know.
I
He was,
don't know.
it's hard to
Pashmina.
see from up there, but
Yeah.
That's valid.
there was like a twerk competition type shit happening. Like I saw a video after of like 2 people like twerking like on, and they formed a circle around like that parking thing on like a different one in the crowd, and like I was just like, damn, like everyone's just going crazy and having fun. I was
so
like,
dope.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
Twerking competition.
All right, well, I'm gonna get us moving on to some other topics here.
Wait,
But I
hold
want to
on,
get
you're
a
skipping someone.
proper-
Joshy.
Ah, dang it.
Skipping
Josh
someone.
wants to get away with it.
I'm putting you on the
Josh
fucking
almost
spot.
got
one.
Forest for sure for me. That
Next
was really
question.
like the first like festival I'd ever gone to. Honestly, it was Forest, and we were pretty much working on music like that Mac Miller edit until we
Yeah.
played. So like I didn't see the fest at all until we went out there, and it's just like it was crazy going out there. No visual board, no lasers. It's just you and the crowd. It was so amazing. I think that
natural
really
feel.
encompasses like the full circle tour.
100%.
That's
Kinda what
crazy.
we're going
The
after.
first festival that you went to was one that you played.
Yeah,
That's
That's
pretty
so
crazy.
crazy. In
Crazy.
college, I went to so many shows, but I never just, festivals are expensive, and I
yeah.
just,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
valid.
yeah.
That's super valid.
yeah.
Man's
So that was
living
the
on a
first one
budget.
I'd really gone to. Like, I'd seen so many like online videos of
Yeah.
it, but I'd never been to like a really big one like that. That was the first time.
By the way, I already lost my over/under bet on how many words Josh was going to say in this entire podcast.
I'm more the quiet one.
That's funny. Well, we're gonna be asking you specifically, Josh.
Some great
so, yeah.
hosts, you know.
Well, okay, I'm
Testament to you.
gonna get us into the intro for like a proper intro for
do
us.
it.
But as I said, welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast. My name is Devin. Well, I got an intro prepared for you guys, so we'll get there next. But my name is Devin. Who
I'm
else do we have
Nan.
here?
I'm Daniel. This is Appa.
Appa.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And I like curating like intros and stuff for
Get to
our
it.
guests. So got a little intro. Today on the I'm Peaking podcast, we have not one, not two, but 3 special guests in the building. With well over 17 million streams, and that's just on Spotify, these 3 stooges didn't just climb the industry ladder within only a few years, they flipped it.
Nice.
With massive
Nice.
original hits and insane dubstep remixes to songs like MIA's Paper Planes. We're going to get copyrighted if you keep playing that. Cage the Elephants, Come a Little Closer, and my personal favorite, Britney Spears' Toxic. There's absolutely no question why these boys blew up so fast and won the hearts of the entire EDM community. Hailing from Chicago, LA, and Minnesota, I hope this intro was the one for you. Levity, welcome to the podcast.
Wow. Kudos.
That was
Thank you.
amazing.
That was amazing.
Thank you for being here, boys.
Of course. Thanks
Thank you
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
Hell yeah. All
Is
right.
that
So, yeah. Well, I mean,
you back.
as we mentioned earlier, we are, today is Christmas. So we were just wondering, did you guys get any gifts for your raver friends? And if you did, what did you get them? Or what even would be a good gift? to
Yeah,
get
like
one
what's a
of
gift
your
you'd give to a raver?
friends?
To a raver?
I think the podcast name says it all.
Yeah.
He went there. He went there.
A career.
Yeah.
I don't know, some like rave things. I mean, you guys have showed me these like clutch loops. These clutch loops are super sick. These would definitely be something that would be like in a rave stocking
That's
stuff.
true.
Shout out Clutch Loop, by
Yeah.
the way, one of our sponsors.
Yeah, wait, who are your other sponsors? We'll shout them out.
Boom Boom. We got
I'd
Boom
probably
Boom
get
here.
people boom boom. I would probably do that. Yeah.
I don't know,
I had to
like
get a gift.
Have you tried these before?
No.
Never.
Okay, they're like scented nasal sticks, and they
Is it
help.
gonna get me high?
No.
No. They're fully natural. They're scented. It's like aromatherapy. Can we get the lavender one actually?
No.
Pass the lavender one. It's right in the middle. Oh yeah,
Johnson.
there we go. Oh no. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't smelled nothing
This
yet.
This
I
guy.
need another hit. I need another hit.
Yeah. That one's the best one. Give Josh some over there.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah,
Careful,
yeah.
be careful.
This is lavender.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Could go sleep. It's my weakness.
That's really good.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I've used things like that before, and like sometimes like when you sniff it and it's just like hurts your brain.
Oh,
almost,
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
The
it gets
smelling
too
I like
salts?
that yeah, exactly. Like I like that one does not. I was like holding it far away from me because I was like my nose is gonna give me like a headache for like the next 30 seconds.
That's
But
fair.
no, it actually
It's refreshing.
it's great actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're super nice. That's a good one. I would say earplugs.
Yeah.
These are
Yes.
really good
Oh,
ones.
I
emphasis on
lose
that.
my earplugs almost every
Yeah.
other show
Yeah.
we play, and
Yeah,
it's
you do.
terrible. So
Yeah.
I feel like
earplugs.
that's one of the gifts where like it's good to have extras.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Give them a package. Give them a bunch of them.
100%.
You know what's interesting is like I know like Christmas is here and like everyone's giving each other gifts, but like the rave community itself is so giving already. Like
Oh,
people be
yeah.
giving
Yeah.
each other like trinkets, earplugs, like things like that all the time anyway. So it's just like, what more can we give each other? We give each other
Yeah.
so much.
much stuff.
That's
yeah.
true. At the festival, just like giving, there's so much stuff. We got little trinkets right here even.
Yeah, you walk away like with your pockets full of like ducks.
Daniel
and-
brings a whole bag just to put trinkets in,
Yeah.
like on top of his hydration bag.
Wait, what bag are we?
got-
Oh no, never mind. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those bags full of trinkets and stuff.
that bag.
Yeah.
The special item to give a raver, especially new ravers, is a pashmina.
Yeah, that's what I was
yes.
gonna say.
Solid.
Pash.
Solid.
Yes, I've done that
Definitely
before.
a pash.
Yeah, fans.
A fan, like even like a
Fan
like a
is
good
huge.
like fanny pack or something to kind of carry,
Yes.
put all your stuff in for
Yeah.
the shows and stuff. Maybe even like a hydration like pack and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge hydration pack person.
Mhm.
it's just like too much for me.
Same. I'm like a water bottle in one hand, vape in another. You know, then I don't like. I got I don't have to worry about what to do with my hands.
Elite combo.
But I always like a good shoulder bag or like a little like
Something to keep my stuff in.
I call it a trap bag, but
Your trap bag.
Yeah,
Trap bag.
yeah. I call
like
it any
it.
of the shoulder sling bags. I call it trap bags.
He calls everything like he has a trap bananas. He
Oh yeah.
has a trap water bottle. Yeah.
You just put trap in front
just
of like
everything.
any object.
Makes it sound so much cooler.
It's
Yeah.
like when people put a Z at the end of their name, makes it cool.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Lay's.
So what if you
Yeah.
bought? What if you,
Levities.
what if you had like what if you had like a mouse trap? You call it a trap mouse trap?
I would call it the trap.
The trap.
Trap.
Forget the mouse. Just trap.
for mice.
Kind of goes hard.
For mice.
Trap for mice.
For mice. Well, let us know. Let us know what gifts you got your Rave fam
Oh yeah.
for Christmas this year. We'd love to hear it. Gives us some ideas for next year.
Yep.
I wanted to move on to a couple other topics we had, which was we noticed that there are a lot of non-ravers discovering pashminas now.
Oh
You know, on the topic
Yeah.
of pashminas.
Especially you guys. You
So
guys
there
are
was
the
a
ones, like,
whole
introducing
video
it.
of this girl saying like, what was she saying? She was like, if I see another man
I just
wearing
saw
a
that.
pashmina and
Yeah.
not in front of a computer
Yeah.
working or
Yep.
something like that.
So what is the deal? Like, I feel like, pashminas have obviously been around forever in the rave community, but like, where is the appeal? Like, where did that come from? And like, why do you guys think that that's starting to cross over into just the like overall scene, I guess?
I would say it's starting to cross over just because I feel like just the scene is getting bigger, like more
agree.
people have more eyes like on the scene and they're kind of seeing like what ravers do and like kind
It's like
of
a fashion statement.
Yeah, it's like a fashion statement. A lot of ravers love the pashes because it's a fashion statement, but it, can keep you makes you feel a little more safe, a little more cozy or whatever. But I think people just might have just started seeing those like on Instagram or like people posting pictures of it and stuff like that. And then they just thought it looked cool. So I'm assuming they're just like, I might not know what this is or like what people really use this for, but they saw a dude wearing it and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to try that. But I think the video was like a whole bunch of like fraternity guys, like, right?
Yeah,
wearing
that's
it.
what. So we noticed that we were like there's a lot of like frat guys that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
starting to wear pashminas now.
I honestly,
Yeah.
I've
What's the
noticed
deal?
I've noticed that though for like a super long time. Like,
Really?
I feel like for some reason, like fraternities when they get into like electronic music, like the first thing they get is a pash. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first thing they get. I
And
And
swear.
then they put a
like,
jersey on.
yeah. I honestly don't even think like I don't think that they buy like EDM jerseys though. I feel like
No. What are you talking
Like-
about? They were like
Yeah,
basketball
like-
jerseys.
yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's how it
yeah,
starts.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
Yeah, I think pashminas are super not volatile.
Versatile.
Versatile. Thank
Versatile.
you.
Yes,
Thank
got
you.
you.
Dev. Versatile because they're for one they could be like pretty cheap and they also pretty much go with like everything.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's always
Makeshift
nice.
hoodie.
Makeshift hoodie, a little
Yeah.
hood for you.
a little
Yeah.
seat.
I always put it down as,
Oh,
as
yeah.
a
The
blanket.
seat is my
Seat.
favorite use.
Interesting. Wait, a seat?
Like like
when you sit on the floor.
like you're sitting
Yeah,
on the grass
Oh,
or something.
yeah, like a
Grass,
seat cover. Got
exactly,
it.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's got so many uses. So there's so much you can do with it. It's like kind of a staple item. I
Mhm.
feel like
Yeah.
especially in the EDM space.
And I think they
But-
look cool, so everyone's just like, I want to like. I think
Yeah.
I like putting mine on. I think
I like to look cool.
I like to look cool, so people are probably just like, I think that looks sweet. Like I want to try that.
Yeah,
So.
especially in the cold weather too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like-
I think
think
a big sorry. Go
At
ahead.
North Coast, I finally did the whole like pashmina on head, bucket cap on top combo.
Oh,
and I was like,
such a
all right, I fuck
fire
with this a
fit.
lot. I was like, I fuck with this a lot.
Welcome.
Interesting. Do you guys feel like there are any other aspects of raving and the EDM culture that are also bleeding into like the mainstream?
I honestly just learned that like the whole Taylor Swift community like claims candy.
Oh yeah.
Like,
We've
when
heard
I
that.
saw that,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Like,
Wait,
like no, like
what?
candy's
They're
like,
like
an
friendship
like,
bracelets or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I think like they like in the like Taylor Swift world, which is like just as big as the entire
Yeah,
EDM community,
if not bigger.
If
Yeah.
not bigger.
Like they all believe that they are like the founders of and like they like own the. Like it's like a Taylor Swift thing. Like candy is like a Taylor Swift thing.
They're like, we started the
call
trend, not
friendship
you
bracelets.
guys.
Yeah.
And I believe they're literally called friendship bracelets.
Yeah. Which friendship bracelets have been around for a long time.
Yeah, imagine going up to a Swiftie and you put a player and you're like this and they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, they do this, dude.
Just give me that now.
Oh my
Just take it off
God.
your wrist.
Sounds like Taylor Swift fans just
Being Taylor Swift fans.
Careful.
Don't come after me. I love Taylor Swift.
What? Name one Taylor Swift song.
Teardrops on my guitar. Teardrops on my guitar.
Is that one of them?
Damn.
I wouldn't know if that was one of them.
I knew you were trouble, obviously.
Shake it off.
Okay, there you go.
Blank space.
There you go.
Blank space.
Yeah.
Got him.
We found the biggest Taylor Swift fan in the room.
Oh yeah.
Of course, it's Josh.
Yeah, when are we going to see a Taylor Swift Levity remix?
Oh,
Shit.
I mean,
That actually sounds
in
like
an hour we could probably get some.
Give us a little bit.
Oh, is it going to be an older Taylor Swift song or a newer Taylor Swift song? Because I know that, she just did the whole
I think
remarketing
it's got to
her
be the
album.
only one we know. Shake it off.
There you go.
That's
That actually be a
2035
2035.
Taylor
Yeah.
Swift remix.
Comment if you want to see that. Also, real quick, before we move on to the next topic, I wanted to get everyone's names just so that everyone who's watching knows when we're talking to certain people.
Yeah, because Devin just doesn't know your guys' names. I'm just kidding.
Well, Devin, I'm Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
I'm John.
And
Thanks,
I'm PJ. Hello.
All right. So another thing too that we had on here was we also saw a viral video. There was this guy who was basically saying that if you are over 30 and you're still raving, what are you doing with your life?
I'm
And
raving.
you shouldn't be-
I'm raving. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He said that you
right
should
here.
maybe reconsider your life choices if you are over 30 and you're raving. And he said something about if you're a 37-year-old in an outfit that's like way too tight for you or like whatever, you need to reconsider your life choices.
I have learned that life is so much better, so much happier when you just stop caring what other people are doing.
I like that. I like
as
that.
long as it's not harmful, like as long as it's not like a very seriously like harmful thing to a person or a community, like just don't care and you will be so much happier in life.
I agree.
It's amazing.
I agree. I will say, as someone who is about to turn 30, I turned 30 in a couple. Well, I'll, by the time this episode airs, I'll be 30 already.
You gonna
But
stop raving?
no,
It's your birthday coming
I
up?
definitely, it's in what's today? It's in 9 days.
technically it's like 4 days ago.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
The I'm Peaking podcast
yeah.
name is going to change to I'm Old.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, as I'm getting older, I definitely say I feel like my priorities have shifted to being like more centered around like, okay, well, what am I going to do for my future? How am I going to like realistically like start a family within 5 years, which is actually something I do want to do. Where's my career going? But I would say that like it doesn't make raving like I'm not looking down on raving as like any less than what it used to be. I just I'm prioritizing other things in my life now.
I think too, like, I mean, like raving is literally just like any other like hobby or any other thing that you find enjoyment in.
100%.
Like no matter what it is that you find enjoyment in, like you, as long as like, like, yeah, like, oh, like, if you want to have kids or like, focus on your career or whatever, like, build your life in a way that you can do the things that you want to do outside of work. And like raving is a very common one, a very normal one. Like people of all different ages, like all over the place, like love it. And like, there's just nothing wrong with that. Like, like, music is like, people enjoy music for the rest of their lives. And like, this is like, raving is like the culture around this kind of music. Like we all love this music. We all love like the culture behind it and like around it and everything. And like, yeah, it's like,
I think
there's
it's
no
funny.
age limit to that.
100%.
I think it's funny because it's kind of, this is like one of the only types of music, or not only types, but like, a lot of people are like, oh, you can only be like certain age to like listen to this kind of stuff or to go to raves and stuff. And it's like, dude, what about like old heads going to rock concerts or something like that, right? Like,
I was thinking that.
like it's the same thing, if I'm going to a rave and I'm like 45 or something like that, down when I'm 45, I'm probably not going to be moshing and stuff like that, but I'm still going to go and like listen to the music I enjoy. And I think that some people just have this idea of like rave, like, oh, everyone's on drugs or everyone's doing all this kind of stuff, and it's just like, like all whatever it might be, but there's like just so much more to that. Like I know tons of people that go to shows and don't do any drugs, completely sober, or don't even drink.
I've been on that for
Dude,
years now.
I've been doing that lately as well.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm not here, I don't have to be here just because I want to get, messed up or, do drugs or something like that. Like, no, I'm actually here for the music. And I love seeing like older people at shows. Like it actually makes me feel
Dude,
awesome.
it's
Like,
the greatest.
It's the
You're
greatest
like, you're
thing.
fucking, like you're so in touch with yourself that like you don't care about like all like anyone else's judgment and shit. And it's cool to look at and be like, damn, like that's where I want to be. Like where like if I want to be raving at 40 or 50 or 60, like like I'm gonna do it. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna care about if some random 20-something-year-old is
Yeah.
like, you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
To piggyback off of. Can I go this time? Can I go this time? Am I allowed? Okay.
No hostility.
Don't look at me like that. Okay, I'm sorry. To piggyback off of all of that, I think it's only an issue and it's only a problem if raving is just like if it's being prioritized over everything else. So
Yes,
if you are
100%.
not, you know, building up to start a family or to be financially stable, I mean, raves and festivals take up a lot of
They do.
time
They're
and it takes up
expensive.
a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if that's the only thing you're focusing on, then that's the point in which it becomes a
an issue,
problem.
yeah.
totally.
I mean, I just want to throw in, I'm 30 years old already as of like August.
Nan is like the opposite of me.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm going to more events, but that's because like
He's
I'm
going
like
harder now.
Yeah, no, honestly,
You're
I'm
probably more
harder
stable.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like I'm able to, and honestly, in social media, like my whole shtick is Nan the rave dad. So that being said, I meet a
The
lot
irony.
of dads. No, like I meet a lot of like actual dads who are like, I get to rave with my kid, or kids who are like 20-something-year-olds who are like, that's my dad over there. He's like 40 and he's here because he always wanted to go, but he always felt like, oh, I'm not allowed to go because I'm older, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, seeing someone like you who's, you know, claiming the name Rave Dad, and I'm 30 years old, I'm like, you can keep raving as long as you want, as
Oh,
long as
yeah.
you take care of yourself, your body, your people. Like, dude, it's just having a good time. Like,
Yeah.
when someone says, "Oh, you can't go to raves because you're more than 25," so you're saying I'm not allowed to have fun anymore after 25.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's what I'm
Do
hearing.
what you like to do.
Who's
Like,
making these rules?
The
Like,
the people that peaked in life.
yeah. You know what, Josh? What do you think?
Oh boy, put him on the spot again.
Oh, that was going so well. You just got to ruin it. I'm about to be 28, so like I feel like I'm definitely going to more shows now. And my dad, I feel like people just aren't like, you know, my dad is 60 plus, and he texted me the other day because now that I'm kind of getting more into it, like
Yeah.
the actual like festival scene, he's been following me into it, and he's like, I really like this Bangarang song.
That's hilarious.
He will pick me up from the airport and play it, and he's like, this song's so good. I'm like, yeah,
That's
this song is one of the
awesome.
best
time to get him
songs
a
ever.
pashmina.
Yeah, he's ready now.
Get him a
He's ready.
Skrillex Pashmina, bro.
Yeah. And he's like, LS Dream. Like, I think I'm going to actually go.
Whoa.
Fire taste. Fire
Yep,
taste.
Yep, he's getting
I like
into
your
LS
dad.
Dream.
That's awesome. So
So,
they're supportive.
yeah,
Oh, good.
definitely.
That's good.
definitely.
Yeah, because I feel like that also depends too. Like if you have a support system around you that I feel like is more judgy, which I mean, hopefully you don't have a support system around you that's like that.
I mean,
It does
is it really a
impact.
support system if they're judging?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. I would definitely say reconsider your support system if they are judging you for doing, you know, the things that make you happy. But I do say I do feel like that does play a role, because especially people who are like close with their parents and stuff like that, you know, we are influenced a lot of times by, you know, what our parents say and stuff. So if you have parents that are constantly like hounding you for going to festivals and stuff, it does impact the way you kind of I guess see it. But hopefully as you get older, you know, you start to grow out of that, become more independent, do your own thing. I say just do what makes you happy.
Agreed.
You guys have some unreleased music, please. What's it about? What is CJ?
dude.
Wait, are you asking what the song's about?
Or maybe not what the song's about,
Okay,
but
good.
what are the details?
What do you mean? Okay, good. I feel like there's a little bit
There's
of
a story.
Yeah, there's a little bit of mystery behind this.
There's no story.
There's no
I just
story.
say Postman on
It's
John's
a made-up
phone.
story
Yeah.
that
All right.
they wanted to say.
Okay.
It's a made-up
What's
story.
this made up story?
You guys don't really have to say it if you don't want to.
We won't.
Okay,
Okay.
there,
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, no, this is a new one that we started this week, and so naturally we are very excited about it. But
Nice. You
this
started
one-
it this week. Wow, it's like
Couple
brand
days ago.
brand new.
Yeah, a couple days.
this
Oh,
one
shit.
is
2 days?
called Postman V1.34.
Let's go.
Postman, can you give me what I need?
Is that Josh's vocals?
I'm looking for a tool man who can lift me on my feet, who can take me higher, show me things I've never seen. Hey, Mr. Postman, can you give me what I need?
I know what the song's about.
Hey, Mr. Postman, can you give me what I need? I'm looking for a tool man who can lift me on my feet. Hey, Mr. Postman, show me things I've never seen. Hey, Mr. Postman.
makes sense, by the way. I caught what the song is about.
It's fine. We didn't want to get the story.
Yeah.
Speaks for itself.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Can you give me what I need? I'm looking for a tall man who can lift me on my feet, who can take me higher, show me things I've never seen. Hey, Mr. Postman.
Postman's just trying to do his job.
Hey, Mr. Postman.
Oh.
Can you give me what I need? I'm looking for a tall man who can lift me on my feet. Hey, Mr. Postman. Show me things I've never
God, it's so tickly.
Hey, Mr. Postman. Can you give me what I need? Hey, Mr. Postman.
Gotcha, bitch.
So good.
Looking for a tall man who can lift me on my feet. Hey, Mr. Postman. Show me things I've never seen. Hey, Mr. Postman. Can you give me what I need? Hey, Mr. Postman.
You guys have some of the cleanest wubs.
That's so crazy. Oh yeah.
We gotta let it go to the end just for the one last little brain tickle. Just right here, a little.
Some aftercare.
Some aftercare. We always love a good outro.
The cleanup section.
That's Postman.
Holy shit.
So good.
We haven't really fucked the drop 2 yet, so
Yeah.
we played it though.
I will say one
Thank
thing.
you.
I loved looking over here and he was just rubbing his belly the entire time. He was just like,
Santa
I loved
happy.
it.
So you fed Santa some good wubs and
Good
dubs.
wubs.
We left the wubs out for.
Song was about Santa talking to
reindeer.
their postman.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it should have been Santa Man.
Dude.
Hey, Mr. Santa Man, can you give me what I need?
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely no explanation needed for the song meaning. So
I think I could try to picture what the story could have possibly
yeah,
been. So
a little bit.
leave it for
Probably,
interpretation.
Oh, we got. What was the inspiration behind that? You guys just like why Postman?
He just said they can't tell the story,
Well,
Devin.
not telling the story. It's just like.
We found the vocal first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Got it. Got it. Okay.
But we made up our own story, which
Yeah.
will stay with us.
Yeah, of course.
Fair enough.
Of
Fair
course.
enough.
And you
Of
guys
course.
only started that like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
This
like,
week.
I'm guessing
we get
I'm-
the sneak peek.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday night or Tuesday morning, I guess. Yeah, technically.
Like
Tuesday
5
morning at
a.m.
like 5 a.m. Yeah.
What's like the turnaround time usually like for you guys when you guys start a project?
Honestly, that's what's funny, and I think this goes for like all artists pretty much. Like the turnaround time is anywhere from years to 2 days.
Yeah,
you know, like
literally,
it's
yeah.
like, and that's like a lot of times, like a lot of artists will say the same thing where it's like your best songs usually come the fastest.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
just all natural, you know, the way that works. And like Flip It came in like a single day. Like it was just like one day, and like, you know,
Wow.
like technically like finishing it like took longer, but like, you know, like it just happened so fast.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I feel like we had a friend, shout out to Abo. Abo, he's like a house artist, and one time he was like telling me like, he was like, yeah, like I've been on this was years ago. He's like, I've been on a wave where it's like he starts something and he's just like, I just got to finish it, mix and master everything in 3 days. Cause like after 3 or 4 days, it
you start
starts to,
overthinking.
it starts to get a little
Yeah.
harder to like, you know, like at the first few days is when like all of the inspiration like really, really hits. And
Yeah.
you're like most excited about it. So like it's best to just like finish things right away. Cause if
Yeah.
you don't,
Yeah.
it probably will
Start
take
tweaking
longer.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's like that's nice, like 3 to 4 days, and then you hear like the extreme with like I think Fred again doesn't he I remember someone Swedish House Mafia, can't speak right now.
Swedish House Mafia.
One of them. But they were like in the studio with like Fred again. It was like an interview or something, and they were like, we were in the studio, and he like put up a timer for like 30 minutes and was like, all right, we have to make the song in like this amount of time. And they were like, what are you talking
That's
about?
how long it takes me to find a snare.
Yeah, exactly, right? But they were talking about it, and they were like blown away. Like, he kind of does, like, it puts a time limit on it, but they said it was more like just like a creative process for him. Cause he's like, I'm gonna just go, do as much stuff creatively and make this song and get it done. And then, if they like it, then they work on it more. But he like gave him like 30 minutes basically to do a thing. I'm like, that's kind of insane.
I've met a few other producers
do that.
since then. They're like, yeah, I do like an hour or something like that. It's
If
like,
it doesn't,
I gotta
like-
do it in an hour.
Or if
And,
like it doesn't spark anything after that, then it's just like a waste or something like that. Which I'm like, that's kind of nuts to do. And like give yourself a time frame like that. Because if I did that,
I think for them though,
they
it
would
was
have
like
a
they need to
kick
like
on the-
make the song
just
and
need to
like
kick a snare or
They have, like
something,
have
right?
an idea, but like make the song in 30 minutes, which is just like absurd.
There was a production class that I took back in like 2020, and that was actually something they had us do. It was just like, if you've been working on a sound, we were messing with like Serum and stuff. If you're working on a sound, no more than an hour, because the feeling that you have in this moment as you're making that sound is the best that you're gonna get. You come back to this tomorrow, that feeling you had while you were making it, it's already gone. Now you're tweaking it based off of what you're feeling now.
And you got to like you almost sometimes like try to recreate that feeling again, which is like almost impossible.
Yeah,
to do, right?
I feel like it's like that with just the arts in general. Because so I went to school for film, and whenever I worked on video projects or I like filmed something, I had to edit it either that day or like the next day latest.
Yep.
If I sit on it for like more than a couple days to a week, I don't want to work on it, and then it's way harder for me to feel motivated to actually continue, because it's that feeling.
Yeah.
It's like carrying that feeling of like when I was shooting it in the moment, the vision that I had for it. Like you want that feeling when you're editing it, when you're like doing all the back end stuff for it.
Exactly. And that's like the one thing that's hard if you like work on a song and then stop for a little bit and then go back to it. It's like sometimes a lot harder to then pick up and like start that song again, because you just weren't in the same like headspace or like that same kind of creative space as you were when you created it. And a lot of
I feel
times
like that starts to like after the first few days. Like,
Oh, yeah,
the first
yeah,
few days,
yeah.
it's like you're just like addicted to the song.
Yeah,
and, like
100%.
Yeah.
You just like it's like
You gotta ride that high.
Yeah, pretty much.
How does that affect your guys' like, how does it affect making songs when you guys are like kind of like bouncing it off between each other?
It's I mean it's funny
nice.
even
Yeah, 'cause
like
there's three of you.
last night because I feel like we don't run into it too often where it's like there's more than one person that's just like I'm like really really dying to work on this song in like particular. But like last night I feel like we ran into that, like we were working on Postman and I remember like we have a lot of things to work on right now, and like I was just kind of like, oh, like do you want to like work on like
I'll take it.
I kind of like and then like we just ended up like pulling it up on two different project files and just like, all right, like like,
Just start a
one of us
brawl.
works on like the verse and one of us works on like the drop, and then
that's
like
cool.
we'll just like combine them or
them.
whatever.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
I want to work on Postman. No, I want to work on Postman. They start fighting each other. That's funny. I guess like, yeah, because I mean you guys are a trio, and we were talking a little bit about this off camera, but like, we don't really know a lot of other artists that came up as a trio. Like we know of artist groups that were their own and then they came together, but I'm curious to see like how that even works for you guys, as far as like how you guys all came together, and then how that affects your guys' workflow, how you guys perform. Like, what are the, I guess, challenges of being a trio, and then what are the benefits?
Loaded ass question. How did y'all come together?
John's got this one.
Wait, I thought you said Josh for a second. I'm like, yes.
where wait where am I starting?
So I mean, well, first, how'd you guys all come together?
Okay,
Like I guess more of a nutshell. I know you guys have talked about this like in interviews and stuff before.
honestly,
but-
I don't feel like we haven't. Like, I feel
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
or like we
Let's hear
have
let's
maybe,
hear the
but, like,
story.
I feel like we haven't done many interviews and stuff. So PJ and I met on like the first day of college, and then shortly after that, like got like like the Ableton like free trial and stuff,
Yeah.
and like and then like I ended up buying Ableton. He got like a DJ board, and then we started Levity, and then a few years later we met Josh online just from like a mutual friend, like producer friend.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like as like a small producer, you like meet a lot of other like small local producers from
Right.
all over the place, and we met Josh. We started working with him, and just like the dynamic between us was great, but then like kind of our separate projects were like didn't feel like 100% right. And so I think in 2022 we were like, maybe we should just like join forces, and and then like it was like September 2022 that we like joined together as like like the newfound Levity trio, and then it was June of 2023, so like 7 months later that like all this started happening, and like we kind of like we knew right like beforehand, we were like, I feel like if we do this, like it'll be right, it'll be like complete. And like I feel like kind of the last couple of years have been kind of proof of like that, like we kind of knew like you know like that like this is how it was kind of always meant to be. It was always meant to be a trio, it was always meant to be us three, and like seeing how quickly it like everything clicked together when we did join was like the best. It was amazing.
Yeah,
your guys' set speak for itself, because up there you guys just look like boys having fun, fucking ripping it.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
That's what we do.
Guys
means
make
having
the
fun up there,
It's
dude.
the most fun thing in the world. Like
Just jumping off chairs and vibing out with the crowd.
Which one is the one that jumps off of just everything?
John,
Me.
John,
Right here.
I love it. To
John
death.
loves elevated services. That's for sure.
You got a guy just
I
holding
love
a chair,
jumping.
just making sure you don't fall.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's happened
We've
before.
had it,
Dude,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
had that happen before, where there was nothing that John can get on because the table size was too small.
And there was like a giant stool, and I was like, it was
holding
like
it.
during a song, and I was like, fuck it, I'm standing on this. It was really wobbly, and like the security guard that was there was just like grabbed it. I guess Josh did too. I don't even know that.
I was holding it.
Oh, yeah. You gotta hold it
just
down.
call Josh a security guard.
Same thing.
you
They
ever-
see me and they're like, I don't want to mess with that guy.
You ever do it? You ever look at a stage and you're like, there isn't anything for me to jump on. You just
every
look
time-
at
every time
I
we
sound
pull up.
check, and I'm like, no jumping tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry,
funny.
guys, we can't play here.
Like
You put it on your rider, you put it on your hospitality rider every time. Like, yo, I need a jumping space.
it is funny.
It is part of it. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
it is.
It's
yeah.
part of
So
it.
funny.
Like it is funny. Like going on a tangent. It is funny the way like, because like like artists are just like people, right? And like as people, like we're not going to throw a fit about like majority of stupid little things, but it is funny the way like some people think that like artists will, and I'm sure like artists do, but like it's funny like when like, oh, like well, there's not a place for you to jump off of, like, and it's like the people think like we're not going to play and stuff. I'm like, damn, that would be crazy if we just pulled up.
That
Like,
would
I'm
be.
not playing. I'm not playing.
What a
No,
statement
I
that
can't
would
stand
be.
up on the table. Like I'm not playing.
There's not an elevated surface.
Yeah,
Fuck
I'm not
no.
playing.
Exactly.
Our
I'm out.
rider wasn't 100% met to like perfection. Like I'm not playing. Like it's
not on
so
brand.
funny to me. Yeah.
I'm actually curious. So like, because I wanted to comment on the track that you guys played for us. Like, what would you guys even describe your sound as? Because I feel like it's so I mean, it's dubstep, but it's like,
Is it?
Experimental
It's like,
bass.
yeah,
I've heard
it's
left
kind
field
of
bass
like-
get thrown around a lot.
Like this
I
very
think
spacey,
we've gotten enough hate on Twitter that I think let's just move on to the next question.
okay,
It's
whatever
really
you want it to
hard.
be.
It's really hard. Genres are like an important thing, but also like a weird place to. I think like there's just not enough genres and not enough like
Yeah.
education as well. And even like when I've tried to educate myself at times with certain genres, it's like there's a lot of just contradicting information everywhere.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of shit about it before.
Yeah,
so-
it's hard to define, like and especially like in the bass world, like there's a lot of different ones and a lot of people describe them as different things, and it's hard to know like who's right. And I think especially now, like music, it's like there's so many people making so much different music that like there's not enough genres to like classify things. So I'd say that we make songs across a few different ones.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, that one, like, I don't even know what I
Yeah,
would call
that
that.
one's-
Like,
It's almost
You
like
know.
old Flux Pavilion-y.
Yeah,
Because
like-
I was gonna say the vibe that I get with your guys' music is very. I mean, obviously you guys remix a lot of like pop and old like hip hop stuff, and I mean I think that definitely does a good job at appealing to like more of a mainstream crowd. But the vibe that I get with your guys' music is very much like college, like my ideal version of EDM when I was in college.
Yeah.
Or not, maybe not even EDM. Like sometimes I get kind of like this weird like hip hop vibe almost in a way with your guys' music, but it's like in dubstep form.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely a lot of like hip hop influence.
Very much.
And yeah, I feel like cause like so like the more like, you know, stuff that's more in the lane of like LS Dream and so like, you know, the more like boom bappy like like that stuff is like halftime drum and bass technically. Or I know it's like it's always funny to like think about, or like, you know, like for us, like we have songs that are like halftime drum and bass, but also like space bass kind of works there too.
That's what I was thinking. You guys were
I feel
like
LS Dream
bass.
is more space bass, but like we have some songs that are a little more like halftime drum and bass. But like I feel like that's just like, you know, dubstep. Like that Postman song is just kind of like, I feel like it's just dubstep and like more like, you know, like the American dubstep.
We don't need to get into like
the American versus
nitty-gritty
UK
details of it.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely not thinking about what genre when
Yeah.
we're making.
We're
It's just
making,
like whatever
yeah.
we're inspired by at that time. You know, if like we have a cool new sound design trick or something we
Yeah.
want to use, you know, whatever.
I think it's more of just like a description, because I know of like people will ask me sometimes like, what's like, say, Levity, what kind of sound do they have, or like LS Dream, because I classify you guys kind of similar, like LS Dream, like Grizz, you know, Levity, all of you guys together are very like, you know, wook bass, space bass, trippy bass. Like I know there's a whole.
That's the thing. Like for me, like I like all those terms, like you know, like wonderful, like whatever like gets the point across, I think is great. And like I understand all of those terms when you say them to me, and like all of them sound right, and like, you know, it's
all
like
of them sound
I don't think we
great.
need to
Trippy
like get
wook
like
bass.
like super like into like the intricate, like it's technically specific.
I think people just have like an obsession with classifying things, you know, and I feel like that starts to get really hard when like there are all these different rules. It was like that with dance. Like I used to work for a dance company
and dance for
like,
12 years.
and this
and he went to Sun God.
These are things
In
I say
San Diego.
often. So. Anyway, so but when I
dancer.
worked for this dance company, a lot of the dance styles are like that too. Because like obviously like a lot of freestylers will mix in a lot of different styles, and then, you know, someone will be like, well, what's that style? Well, what's that style? And it's like, oh, well, it's kind of a mixture of like this and this, and you'll have those people who are like, well, no, that's this style, and like you have to stay true to the style because you have to like uphold the foundation and the origins of it, which is totally valid also. But at the same time, like
Same thing in music.
It's the same thing in music. When people start combining different genres, then it's like, well, what do you even call that? It's like,
I know it's
And it's hard, I feel like, to like just blanket term a whole group of songs. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, if you listen
exactly.
to like our discography, like it's a lot different types of songs, and so to say like
You really can't say it's all the same.
right.
Yeah.
Like some of our there's like moment. I mean, if you heard of the song, our
Moment,
song
Breeze
Moment, like that is
Blocks.
not a bass song, right? You can't say like that's a bass song.
I don't know what I would call moment.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't really, kind of a houseier-esque track, but like
saw,
It's almost future-y, right?
yeah.
I saw this artist Torcha. Shout out Torcha, he's the man. He
huge
posted a meme one time that I got it saved to my phone, and like I'm gonna break out like anytime someone talks genres and stuff, like the like spaceman looking at Earth, and the other spaceman has the gun to him, and it's like it just says like, wait, it's all dubstep, and it's like always has been. It's like when
Always
he
has
posted that, I was
been.
like, damn, it's so like like just dubstep, like it's just like a good blanket term that
And I don't think you can
covers-
get mad at just
Exactly.
calling it dubstep. 'cause-
Exactly,
Yeah.
Because it's not wrong.
Yeah, literally.
I think people feel the need to categorize these, these songs just for simplicity's sake.
Yeah.
Or labels.
need to
or
understand.
The need to
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
When in reality, a lot of songs can be categorized to multiple things.
Yeah. That's like the thing too I've noticed with I feel like years ago, especially like in future bass, it was like this, I feel like everyone just felt the need to make something make sense to them. So like they just like toss like every song I remember in like future bass was just like being labeled as like, oh, like sounds like Flume, and like same with like in bass music, like nowadays it's like super like sounds like Grizz. Like I see like sounds like Grizz on songs that I'm like not like songs of ours, but like songs of other people's that I'm like, what? Like this is like some like UK dubstep song.
Or you know,
it's like Hamdi. It's like sounds like Grizz. And I'm like, what? Like,
you know what's funny is like some of the bigger streaming platforms too. I feel like they just gave up on doing all that, so they just classify them as dance/electronic. But then you go to somewhere like Beatport, and Beatport actually like is like specifically labeling stuff like like Afro house or like they get like really granular over there. So I just think that's so interesting. People are just like, I don't fucking know. It's EDM.
A lot of people say that.
Boop and I dance.
Beat boop and I dance.
Well, shifting gears a little bit, you guys have been doing some pretty crazy pop-ups lately. Why? Like where? Why? And where did the inspiration for that?
Yeah,
come
I can
from?
enjoy a hamburger at a Levity set.
A few reasons.
Bagels.
Lots of reasons.
So one, like, DJing is so much fucking fun that like any chance we can, like even like we were doing sound check the other day and there were like 2 hours till doors or something and we were just like fuck it, like let's just like just mixing like mixing like I was tossing in like Remy Wolf and like Jungle,
like we're just like
and
anything
like,
and everything,
everything and anything. Like it's just like it's so much fun to DJ, and the pop-ups are like like a way of like we were like because we didn't really know like how big of venues we should be playing, so we like for this tour it like sold out really fast and we were like damn, like felt bad that like a lot of people couldn't come, so we're like we should throw some free shows for these people and like do them. We really wanted to do it in like
that's awesome.
Cool locations and like give an experience that like that us and other people like wouldn't normally get, like the bagel one and stuff like that, like like in the middle of the street in New York City at a bagel shop, like that's just like a unique experience for us and for other people, and we get to just like play whatever we want because like we have like like a lot of time and care and effort put into like our live show, especially like on our tour, and like we want to give people like a similar experience, and then these pop-ups are kind of just like let's just play whatever, and like all these songs, like I probably wouldn't play this in like a Levity set, but like like I love this song and I just want to like play it for people.
You can experiment.
Exactly. It's like the most fun, and the energy around them too. Like there's something about the difference between like, all right, I bought a ticket, I'm going to the show, it's at night, it's in a venue, it has security, like like it's all like organized and prepared, but then like the energy that like people just naturally get from being like, holy shit, in 2 hours I'm just now finding out that at this location at a burger shop in the middle of the day in my city, like I'm gonna get a free show from an artist I like the energy you naturally go into that with is like so unique. So like the pop-ups, like all the energy has just been like so cool and unique. It's been like a lot of the same people that like we'll see at times at like the shows the night before or whatever, but like their energy is just different. It's just like, holy shit, we're just having fun and fucking around.
It's so interesting when you phrase it that way, because so we had Jai Wolf on like last month, and we were actually talking about the pop-ups thing, and he had a much different perspective about it. I think just because we were talking about how like in our days with content, like a lot of artists are realizing now that you got to kind of make content also on top of making music. So we were just talking about how like like our artists, just throwing pop-ups anywhere for like the shock value of it. But like you saying that, it makes so much sense like, I just want to give back, especially if you're doing a free pop-up, that makes like total sense. If you were charging for it, then it'd be like, okay, it's a little different, but I feel like there is that just beyond the shock value of playing at, a bagel shop or wherever. I think the group we were talking about on that episode was this group that was doing it at like hot pot places. There is definitely there's definitely like shock value to it, but just something about you saying it like that, it makes so much sense of just like, hey, like it's the energy of, oh my god, like this person's here, like let's go check it out, or like it's the spontaneity.
You guys are literally experiencing it with them.
Exactly. It's the most fun thing in the world.
So
That's
fun.
like I think that people have come to learn like that, like our project is kind of just about having fun. And like we want to have fun. Like that's what we want to do in life. And like we want to have fun with other people, and we want to like create a space where other people can have fun. And like we've learned too that like, like the content thing is just like, it just happens naturally, especially like, you know, like for us at least, because like I feel like we grew off of content.
Yeah.
Now like we won't try to do things, and naturally like content just kind of gets created out of it. And so like I feel like in our like earlier days, like where it's like it felt like we needed to like make content, and I feel like now we haven't felt like that for a while, just because like it's just like gonna happen. You know, like it just like if we just do what we're doing, it's just like their content will, as long as someone's filming. And that's like even like, because now like, you know, like after we do things, we'll just be like, all right, like who has videos in the crowd? You know, like it's just like content just kind of just presents itself, you know?
Yeah. It's your guys' energy, man.
Thank you.
You gave me flashbacks to like a show that I went to a year ago. It was a pop-up. Daniel was the one who was like, yo, you want to go I think it was Noctu or ISO, I can't remember which one. He was on top of that roof.
ISO EXO played on top of a parking garage.
It was like just
so
random Wednesday. It was like, yo, let's go.
Things in the world.
And we went, and it was just like, it was intimate because it was a pop-up, and there's so many like the energy and the ground shaking. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna die up here, but I'm having fun.
The parking garage felt like it was gonna break.
That's so sick. And that's like an experience like even the not paying for it like helps to that, like it's like helps provide or like play into that energy that like you can't even like, you know, that like I would pay for but like the fact that people aren't paying too like helps that energy like be unique and special. And I feel like that's like what we've been trying to cultivate in like all of our shows in general. And doing these pop-ups has felt like a new way of like creating a new kind of energy for like us and like everyone around us. It's so much fun.
It is a blast.
The vibes are always immaculate.
Yeah, it's,
you know, same day, you're usually outside.
The
or just
outside is,
freestyling,
like,
and it's in a
yeah.
cool spot, and it's free. It's like,
That's what's up.
that's what it's about.
So EDC, I feel like we were all there. Let's talk about it. I feel like we haven't been able
what
to.
happens
like,
in EDC stays in EDC.
That's
Am
also
I right?
true. I do feel though like we never, I know for us personally, we never really got a chance to talk about it on any podcast episodes or anything. So we would love to just talk about the overall experience and
EDC, the cruise.
what your guys'
Such a
experience
was that your guys' first cruise?
First.
Oh,
Same
not first cruise.
Like cruise festival. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was
same,
also my
same.
first cruise, period.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Same.
I've been on one when I was like a little kid, but like
You don't remember
Not-
it as a kid.
You don't appreciate
I remember
like
meeting
the luxury
like
of the
Mickey
time.
Mouse.
I remember my
Disney
first
cruise?
Yeah.
cruise?
Dude, I went on the Disney cruise.
Oh wow, dude!
Yo,
Damn,
maybe you were there.
y'all were big.
I remember
Same one.
seeing you actually.
Yeah.
You had the bucket hat and
I
9 years old with
remember.
the bucket hat bandana.
I remember being on a cruise when I was like 12, and I like made. This is back when I was like, I feel like more social, and I made friends with like, I feel like all the kids my age on the cruise, and they had like that lounge that was like the teen lounge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that was
And
the party lounge.
And I was just talking to my mom about this. There was one time, so it was when I was 12. And I wanted to like hang out in that lounge or whatever. And my mom was like, you need to be back at the room by 10 p.m. And so I tried calling her on the cruise like phones or whatever. And she didn't answer because I wanted to ask her if I could stay longer. And so she didn't answer. So I was like, I'm just going to stay and like, you know, she'll call me back. She came to the lounge and was like, Devin, get over here right now.
Social
And
suicide.
social.
What did I say to you?
I
said 10 p.m. You need to be back in the room.
Bro, she's like, I was so mad. And she was like, yeah, but you have to think about it from my perspective. What if you like fell off the boat or like,
Someone
you know,
would get
whatever,
you.
like
someone would get you.
I understand now looking back, but dude,
Yeah.
social suicide is the perfect way to describe
Yeah.
that.
You
Holy
had your
shit.
mom drag
okay.
you out of there, bro?
Yeah,
Probably
dude.
thought at the time like my life is over.
Over.
Yeah.
Dude,
Absolutely
my mom was
over.
not afraid to do shit like
Yeah,
that.
same with mine.
Yeah.
And I think we had similar moms.
Yeah, I think we maybe did.
And I can promise you never saw any of those kids again.
Yeah.
But they remember.
Oh, yeah.
They remember.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
still talk about it.
They
Yeah.
watch the podcast just to point and laugh.
They're in their own families at Thanksgiving dinner. Hey, remember that one 12-year-old kid that got pulled out of the teen lounge on
What
the
a-
cruise
what a
ship?
guy.
What a loser.
Yeah,
What a
dude, that
loser.
sucks.
That's so
Imagine
funny.
having a mom who would do that.
Oh my god! But EDC though, dude, the fact that there was a go-kart.
Dude, we saw you guys there when we were doing
Yeah,
it.
we were waiting in line with you guys.
Yeah, no.
That
wasn't
was
that
insane.
fun. The go
No,
Yeah,
it
tell
was
us
not
a little
that
more
fun.
about that, Josh.
Yeah,
By the way, how'd that go for you?
It wasn't fun, Josh? No?
Well, I ran into
Where'd you
another.
rank? Wait. Where'd you rank?
Everyone give the ranks first.
I had the
Not everyone.
I was first, by the way.
No, he wasn't.
No, I was first.
I had the
No.
fastest first half lap before I got kicked out.
First
I ran into
half
another
lap.
driver. They stopped after a turn, and I ran into them.
Wait,
and then my cart.
who said you had the fastest first half lap?
I did. That's me.
I had the fastest first half lap as well.
I had the fastest
Second
lap
fa-
in general because I was first. So
He had the faster car.
I had 12 laps in my. Everyone else had 11. So
I had one.
yeah, Josh smacked into someone, and then he kept telling him repeatedly go into like the pit.
kept getting my
and he
laps
just
in.
kept going, and they got very, very mad.
1 mile per hour.
and he said they.
I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah,
And you said they shut down his cart.
yeah, they
The
were like,
guy, so the guy
slow it
upstairs
down.
on the second level, he didn't know what was going on, so he kept restarting my cart. So I'd be fast on the top, and then when I'd go down, it'd be slow. But then I'd just go back up.
Yeah, so let me just paint this for you guys. They're like all racing, and since Josh bumped into someone, you're not allowed to do that. They're telling him to like go back into the like beginning area
the
where
pit-
the carts
the pit
are
spot.
because
They're trying to kick him out.
Yeah, they're trying to kick him out. But instead, he
just
doesn't know what's
kept
going
going.
on. He just keeps lapping around, and they're
played
like,
them.
"What
I
are you
think he
doing?"
knew what was
Like-
going on.
And we're in line, and he walked. I just see like Josh like sadly like walking up the stairs again, and I'm like, wait, the race is still going, bro. Like, what happened? He's like, yeah, I don't know. They like, I like bumped someone or something. Like,
There's a light on your steering wheel that says "Go to the pit" or whatever. Like, go in, and I just would pass it every time.
That's so funny.
I didn't see it.
funny.
what were like some other highlights from the trip for you guys?
Other than like maybe the 3 times you guys played.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys played 3 times.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was so fun. A highlight for me was meeting Chami and just being like I was just like
Still so jealous of
Chami,
that.
like what's
Legend.
up? Like
He's a legend.
I make music. I'm part of a group
Fan
called. I was
moment.
like I'm part of a group called Levity, and he was like, oh yeah, I've heard of you, and I was like, no, you haven't. Like, let's be real here. You haven't. You're Chami. You know you haven't.
Yeah.
And like I was like, yeah. Anyway, just like dude, like you're a huge inspiration. Like and like. I was like, damn, man, like I'm like meeting Chami right now, like, which was honestly a cool part of the whole thing in general was the fact that like everyone's just like on the boat together.
Yeah.
That was,
and like
yeah.
the amount of times like we get in an elevator and like someone be like, and I'd
Yep.
be like, they'd be like,
It's like, yeah, that's
can I
it.
get a picture real quick? I'm like, yeah, of course. Like,
Yeah.
like great set, or like all that kind of stuff was super cool. And just like getting to like we all brought our PJ and I brought our girlfriends. Josh brought his fiance.
Shout out Courtney.
Congrats.
Shout out
You guys needed like a soundboard, bow.
Dude,
chicka,
we've
bow, wow.
been
You know what's
going-
funny? You know what's funny is that option's here, but since this is brand new, I don't have
Soon.
any of
Oh,
that set up
okay.
yet.
All right. We need to come back
Send us
just
some,
for the
Send us
soundboard.
some like sounds.
I got you.
Some like
yeah.
Levity exclusive sounds. Yeah. Yeah, one of them is nice. Nice. Give us
John
like
fart, PJ fart, Josh fart.
Give us a fart version of Flip It, please.
That's so funny.
It.
It's hard to do. What is this turned into?
No, but yeah, EDC was so much fun and just like get to like, yeah, I mean like, I like could not recommend that enough as
Yeah.
like a fan
Incredible.
of music.
Yeah.
Like,
Even like one of my favorite parts was being able to like meet a whole bunch of the fans because you're all on the boat. Like,
Yeah.
you're
You have no choice.
as an artist and as a fan, like you're stuck on this boat. So, like, got to meet a whole bunch of fans.
it's cool to meet
which
them
was
in
sick.
like in that kind of setting though. Like not like it didn't feel like you're at a show. It just like felt like if you like met someone at like a grocery store.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
Like
The
that kind of
community
vibe.
sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like also just like meeting other artists and stuff. Like there were a couple of our friends that were on there that we haven't seen in a while, and then like met a whole
Yeah.
bunch of new friends of artists. And so like just like being on the boat and being like with everyone, you kind of got to talk to each other and
Yeah.
like hang out. So it made it so much fun. And then like just the sets were like a blast. I mean, being able to play out on the deck and stuff, which was sweet.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I
got to
can't
play
imagine
that. Dude, I mean, the Bahamas like stage and
That-
stuff
yeah,
was sweet.
That
Awesome.
stage,
So
dude,
cool.
Daniel and I had a running joke. Well, Daniel came up with the joke. I'll give him credit on that. But a
good man. Thanks, Devin.
Daniel was like, "Jump step in the Bahamas," and he's like, "Yo, is this good enough to make a video?" So it's just a video by itself about it. It's literally just him shouting, "Is the stage?" And then he's like, "Jump step in the Bahamas."
And I proceed to say it for like 2 more days until
Yeah.
we leave the ship.
That was your thing.
100%.
You're backing out like dubstep in the Bahamas.
Yeah, literally, we're like, dude, we're not in the Bahamas anymore, bro.
Just craving onto that last memory.
Dude, sorry, I was gonna say that one other fun time was when we went for that back to back, or like we didn't play, but we went and saw Crank That back to back Sullivan King, and
We lifted his ass up.
we
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, yeah,
lifted
so
him up.
our first set, Cranked At
He lifted me up.
like came out. We brought Cranked At out to like play a collab we have, and he lifted Josh up, and I like Cranked At's, you know, he's huge, and like he lifted Josh up and like put him on his back and was like parading him around like crazy. And like when he set him down, like I was like, that's amazing. And he like whispered in my ear, was just like, you guys got 2 more sets and there's 2 more of you guys. Like, I'm gonna get you guys. And I was like, no, we're gonna get you. And then we went to that like Cranked At back-to-back Sullivan King set, and Cranked At played the collab again, and I was like, all right, it's time. And like I tried to lift him up, and I literally, it was like lifting like I could not move like any part of him. And then like Josh and PJ
Had a
pop
leg.
in, and we're like, oh, like trying to get him up. Sullivan King had to come in, and he's the real muscle.
I
you know?
had like one leg in my hand, Josh had another, and then like
And we all were lifting him up, and I was just like, I'm gonna collapse at any moment. And by the way, this is because like Cranked At is just muscle. I'm not calling you fat.
He's just
of course
muscle.
Yeah, like the muscle weight on that dude is just like he's just heavy as shit.
dense.
It's like
tense.
yeah, it's
Built like
four of us to
built
fucking
like
lift him up. And
like a truck.
he lifted Josh up like it was
You lifted
nobody's
Josh
business.
up like nothing, then you
He
guys
was doing
got
like
on
a
the
wrestling move on me.
It's like spinning me around.
Yeah,
I just picturing that in my head. I'm just picturing Josh up there like, it's like wee.
Dude,
Well, he's just
real
like this with
ropes.
his leg.
He's surprised me. I didn't even know he was up there.
He's just up there going, yay! Yeah. I was watching the video back, and Josh's face when Cranked At puts him down. Like
dude,
his
amazing.
face is smiling so hard. I made it we have a group chat with It's Murph, and I just like made I just
sick.
made that like the picture for it. So every time we text with him, it's just his face being like,
Dude, that's
That's
the
the
picture.
best shit
That's the
ever.
picture
Happiness.
you gotta have creep into your like your videos when it's just
Yes,
you
yes.
two. That's the one. It just from the corner, just
dude. There's a few good pictures of Josh.
was a
People
good
say they
cut.
want me in the videos more. Like that's a way
yeah,
we could
dude.
do it.
There you go. They're gonna do like a life size printout of your face. Just have that in the background too. You know?
We do need a
There
cutout
you go.
of Josh.
We do.
Just like we should like have us 3 on stage, but then a cutout of Josh also. Like
doing the peace sign,
He's just
like-
catching up. Yeah, just doing the peace sign.
Guys, totem ideas. Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's see them.
Josh totems.
Josh's face on totems.
We
Please.
need that. We absolutely need that.
Oh my god. Were there any other parts of EDC that you guys liked in particular? Maybe like, I know for us, I mean, we were talking a little bit about the cafeteria earlier being 24 hours, which was sick, obviously.
Yeah, we ate a lot of food up on that place, which was awesome because most of the time on the road we do not
nothing.
take care of ourselves
Yeah, like
very
PB
much.
I've heard that's a
sandwiches.
thing, yeah.
Taco Bell.
As being like an artist, like traveling and stuff, like you try to eat as healthy as possible, but when you're like traveling at like 6 a.m. and the only thing at the
Yeah.
airport's open is McDonald's.
You know
or,
what's sad though?
What?
Is as an artist on tour, you try to eat as healthy as possible. We just don't even try though.
No, we really don't try.
Like, we could try and would fail, but we just don't even try.
yeah. Like what sounds the best at 3 a.m. is Taco Bell. So
At all times.
that's pretty much what we get every time
Like-
after a show.
Yeah.
No matter what day it is, no matter how we're feeling at 3 a.m., it's Taco Bell.
Yeah, 100%.
What else is open? It's Taco
Yeah.
Bell,
Yep.
McDonald's.
Jack in a
Taco
box.
Bell. McDonald's is
Well-
breakfast.
True. We do get a lot of McDonald's breakfast.
Taco Bell
McDonald's
for
breakfast
lunch.
is pretty good though. I will say.
I would
Yeah.
just to bring back
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
question, like I'd reiterate the whole like the intimacy of meeting all these people. Like I feel like I think you guys already said it, but it's just like I got to make a bunch of new friends.
Yeah, you
this
see
sense of
them again,
community.
like
with,
over and over again.
over
It's
and over
so
again.
dope.
And there was definitely other like people I've seen before at shows or like
Yeah.
on social media or artists like you guys. Like I saw Josh and I was like, I'm gonna walk up and say hi. I've never actually met him yet, but like I want to say hi. And it's just that it's that like, everybody's here because they want to be here.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is what I would call the most plur event I've ever been to.
Yeah,
it
for
was
sure.
awesome. And that's
feel
the
that
thing
way.
too. I feel like it's like a lot of like veterans, they go and like
100%. Older crowd for sure.
yeah, like the vibes are just like amazing. Like, yeah, I feel like I didn't hear like one like bad thing about it.
Yeah, same.
Like,
Same. I mean, I knew one guy on there who was like freaking out about his suitcase for the longest time.
oh no,
Because
it's gonna happen.
They took it at like the beginning and it never showed up at the room.
Yeah, they
until-
took his steamer.
No. So what
So-
happened was,
I was about to say you had
there's
something
a
in there.
steamer that looks like a gun. So
It doesn't look like
It
a
looks
gun.
like a
How do you
gun.
how do you know it doesn't
It
look
does
like a gun,
not
Devin?
look like a gun.
How do you know, Devin?
How do you know it doesn't look like a gun, Devin?
What do you mean?
Uh-oh.
It was his
I don't know.
suitcase. It was his suitcase.
Yeah. So basically what happened was everyone got their suitcase except me. It's now 10 p.m. and I have no fucking idea
we
where my
already left.
suitcase is. And we're like going to the sets trying to enjoy it. Meanwhile, I'm freaking out like, dude, what if they lost it? What if it got like, what if it never left? What if it, yeah. Like they would just do it. They were just like, yeah, fuck this suitcase. But no, I was just like, yeah, like what if it like what if it hasn't left the port and like I have all my stuff's in there, like all my like toiletries, like all my outfits, like all that shit. Like, am I just supposed to wear this for the next 4 days? And so people were already like in our group were already like, yo, you could like borrow some underwear. Yeah, dude. Like some stuff.
There's a gift shop. We can go buy you some
yeah,
stuff.
and so I was just like
EDC underwear.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was just freaking out, and it was because they confiscated it because when they scanned it, they saw that my steamer was in there, and then because they didn't know if it was like a weapon or not, they like basically were just waiting for me to come because I had to be the one to take it out of the bag, and then on not only that, security had to be there when I took it out of the bag.
I was gonna say, you know what's kind of crazy is if it was a weapon, why would they be like, now you pick it up? Like,
that's because they don't want to touch it.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true. So hear me out. They actually took my suitcase also because I had like a power outlet bank thing, but then they just took it out, dude, and then gave me my bag back. It showed up at the room and there was a note or like a piece of paper, official paper saying you have to pick this up later because electricity. So I get that. Yeah. So the reason they did that to his, I genuinely think because it's one of those mobile hand ones. It literally looks like a gun. So they need you to take it out.
I don't know if it looks like a gun.
Hey, man.
Maybe in like 2099,
perhaps. But it looked enough like a gun that they didn't give you your bag back, and instead of like taking it out, leaving it out, and sending it up, they
well, my bag is also like locked. Like
so was mine.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mine too.
Mine was but your bag was TSA approved, and so was mine. So TSA approved. There's a little button that they have a key for. They can open it. That's why mine was. That's why they're able to take shit out of my bag.
That makes so much sense because I've always thought like, all right, if they ever need to like go through my bag, I'm just gonna like get my bag. It's gonna be a broken lock. But like I've gotten my bag back and like had things like taken out and like it's like the lock's still on it and I'm like, fuck, like this is magic.
If it's TSA approved, they'll be able to. That's literally
crazy.
why.
Did you have the little pamphlet paper in your bag too that they said they opened it?
Yes.
TSA always. I had a bag. I used to travel with like my DJ equipment, or and they would always open it up because it was just wires and shit.
Yeah.
So they would open it up, and every time I would get my bag back, I would like open it up, and then right at the top is just a little pamphlet.
Just
that
so you know, we
rummaged
rummaged
bag.
through your bag.
Like, we looked through all your shit. Like,
That'd be really funny if when they left the note, they're like, "Oh, you're a DJ, like yo."
By the way, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, big fan. That'd be sick.
By the way, one for you is dope.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we have to end the episode because we are running out of time here, we definitely did want to ask a couple questions that we did a little poll for. So I put them in the group chat.
Can I answer one that I see right now?
Hey, Josh, this is your time to shine.
Yeah. Is it this top one? Yeah. So
oh wow,
a lot of people asked, who is Richard Finger?
The joking answer is that I am Richard Finger. You are Richard Finger. We are all Richard Finger. But the real answer is that we actually don't know.
No idea.
And whoever it is,
deep,
though,
so profound.
makes fire music and just like is bringing a cool vibe and energy to the scene that like we haven't really seen. It's sort of like the DMZ news of like, you know, but like for a producer, you know, like just like love that someone is like just like having fun and fucking around and like you know, like we've like DM'd Richard Finger and it's just like all jokes and just like
always
fucking around and like I love that there's someone that's just like not afraid to just like just have fun and fuck around. And it's like it's and the music is actually really good. So no clue who Richard Finger is, but I feel like Richard Finger is probably gonna keep claiming that it's someone else.
Anyone and everyone.
They've been jumping around to different people.
I've seen like him try to say he's been like 5 different people like within the last
At least.
week. He said he was you. He said he was me yesterday or like 2 days ago.
Boogie T, Liney.
Yep.
Who else?
Ravenscoon,
Super Future.
Oh wow.
God, there's like there's some other ones, but Richard Finger has jokingly claimed to be many different people.
He's anyone. And
Now
everyone.
Marshmallow, I think Richard Finger has been saying that Richard Finger is Marshmallow.
Omnipotent being.
Richard Finger's the friends we made along the way.
There we go. There we go. I was waiting for that one.
You're welcome.
A question from Lord Charquad. If y'all weren't famous, what would you be doing right now?
Josh?
Well, first off,
I mean, if we weren't famous, what we would be
okay,
doing?
actually, if you guys weren't doing music or doing the Levity project, what would you guys be doing right
if
now?
we weren't doing music, I probably be dead. I don't want to do anything. Like, no, not like a sad way, but you know,
of course.
Like, I couldn't picture myself doing anything besides this.
Yeah.
Like, at least as like a hobby, you know?
Right.
At least I don't think like I could even answer like what I would be doing. Like,
That's fair.
well, you'd still be doing this, but you would probably just have like
if I wasn't making music at all,
right?
If it wasn't making music at all, you know, like.
Yeah, I don't
I'd
know.
probably work at a Lego store, actually.
A Lego store. Yeah.
That would be sick. Honestly, that was like one of my dream jobs when I was younger.
Build,
So I grew
what
up
do
on-
they call them? Master builders?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from the Master Builders.
Master builders? What is it? Is that what
I'm
you
a
wanna be?
master builder.
Is that what you are, John?
I'm a
Very
master
good master
builder.
I heard you do master
I like to
something
master
like every
build
day.
someone. I like to master build.
Yeah. Every night.
in my private time.
Every
Let's
night.
let's move on to the next question, please. Oh wait, actually no. I want to hear. Well, we know what you would be doing.
Yeah, I wonder what you'd be.
Yeah, I'd be in residency or something. I like sports medicine a lot.
Yeah, he's in
Ideally.
medical school currently.
Yep, got
Crazy.
1 year left.
That's
but
insane.
if I was doing something else in the music industry, I would definitely be the laser guy.
Yeah,
I love
PJ would be the
lasers.
postman.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been thinking about getting into like doing light,
Dude, right?
there's this one called like Vox Daemon. He has like this like tiny desk laser machine, and you could like it's
I've seen.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen
That's
stuff.
the dude that does the like
Stuff is so
throws
cool.
a ping pong ball.
Yep,
It's like
yeah.
here's this
Yeah.
lady show.
Yes.
So dope.
if it wasn't so expensive, I would already have one.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are very expensive, yeah. But
What do you guys want to ask?
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Got a question here from Rave Boy Jacob, and he asks,
boy Jacob.
any tips for people who want to start to pursue a career in DJing/producing?
Start.
Yeah, literally, like
Just
I'm
start
a
it.
firm believer that you know, anyone can do pretty much anything. Like there's definitely some things like maybe I couldn't be like in the NBA, but like, you know, just like due to like physical, you know, things, but like, you know, like if you want to like DJ, like literally just like get aboard like the like SB2 is like one that I got that like
It's $200.
yeah, exactly. Or like I got it for like 120 or something.
Yeah.
And like it's like you get that, you get Record Box, and you just watch YouTube, and then you just learn and like and same with producing, like, you know, if you like can't afford to like I would say get Ableton, but like if you can't afford, get the trial of Ableton, but like if you can't afford that, like GarageBand, like there's people like that still produce, like I think Joji produces still on GarageBand.
Well, dude.
Of course he does.
I know there's like some producers
Steve
like
Lacy does everything on his phone.
yeah, dude. Say there's
If you
another
didn't
like
know that, yeah,
there's,
Steve
there's an
Lacy does everything on
electronic
his phone.
producer.
That's crazy.
I forgot his name, but there's like a up and coming electronic producer
On
that
his iPad.
only on his iPad.
On his
He was
iPad.
like he got a laptop
He's
finally. He was
nuts.
like, I don't know how to produce anymore because I only have ever known how to make
He's
music on my
cracked too,
iPad.
like insane
Yeah,
music,
he's
like so
good.
sick, makes
Like, you
everything
can do
on
it
iPad.
on anything, and like you just gotta like start learning and like you know, just like keep going. I feel like the only way some like Fortet, it took him like I don't know, like 20, 30 plus years to like
he's been around
make
forever.
it or whatever.
Mhm.
And like, or, you know, to have had the moment he's had in the last few years. He's obviously been established for a while, but like, you know, he's
I
really
used to listen
blown
to his
up.
stuff back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. And like, but it's like the only way you can be stopped is if you stop trying,
Yeah,
you know, and
100%.
like, it's literally like, I think anyone can do it. Anyone can learn it. Like I listen back to like songs that like I was making and when I first started, like everything's out of key. Like literally like it's so bad. It's so bad. But like, you know, every year that passes, you like look back at like what you made the year before and you're like, okay, I'm moving. You know, like you don't notice the
Seeing that
progress day
progress.
by day. You notice it like year by year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I like that message a lot. Just keep going, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that's what I say to anyone that like wants to get into content or whatever. Just literally I think they should literally just don't give up.
Yeah.
Like that's
I would.
that's
It's the
literally
only
what
thing
it
that could
is.
stop you in like pretty much anything in life.
Yeah.
Like,
and trusting that whatever you're making right now probably sucks, and that's okay. Just do the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
one, and the
absolutely.
next one, and the next
Yeah,
one.
you'll
Keep on
get
going.
better. if
You'll
you
improve
keep
over
going.
time. Yeah.
I would say, and also just like be true to yourself. Do what you want to do. Don't do things like because you think other people are doing them and it's working for them. Like
Yeah.
just stay true to yourself and make what you want to make. And at some point you'll get to the point where you feel like you're actually doing something
Yeah.
and stuff. So, but it takes a while. Some people get there, some people don't. But just you'll never know unless you try. So.
Yep.
That's
think
the other
everyone
thing
should
I've
try.
learned. Sorry to like just ramble,
No.
but if you just like do like staying true to yourself, but like some people are like, oh, like Levity makes a bunch of flips and like, oh, like that's like working for them and stuff. It's like we've been doing that forever. It's just kind of like lines up that like right now, like
Yep.
people like flips more
Exactly.
than they have in the past.
Yep.
And that's like kind of part of like the reason that like we've had a bigger year this year is like just kind of like what we've been doing for a while and what we like to do has just kind of lined up with what other
Oh,
people are
yeah.
starting
And
to
you
like,
honed your craft.
And they're starting to
Yeah,
notice it. Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
This is where the term like luck comes in. Like I know people are like, oh,
Totally.
you got really lucky. No, it wasn't luck. It's when opportunity meets
Yeah.
That's
preparation.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Facts.
Yeah, it's always like I can like talk about like even like people say we're very lucky and very happy we had like Electric Forest, but I think about it like if we just played a different set or if we didn't take advantage
If you
of that
weren't
moment
prepared
or
at that
prepared
time.
at that time that we got, like we would have just been another person
Well, to be
playing
fair,
in the
though, we
forest,
weren't prepared at that time.
Well, no,
like,
we weren't.
we-
But in reality, like everything else, like prior, kind of made us more prepared for that moment,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
Like
yeah. if it happened in like 2018 or 2019 or something like,
we would not have been able to DJ or like
Yeah.
really kind of do that kind of stuff. So I think a little a lot of it's luck and stuff, but it's also being like ready and taking advantage of a moment or realizing that it's a moment.
Yeah.
And
The moment.
but you do
you
it's-
can't let a moment like get to you. You
Yes,
know? Like,
yes.
then you'll crash and burn if you're like, it's a moment I need to like like I feel like that's like what helped us a lot the last year too, was just like being like, like especially like with Flip It, everyone was like, when we dropped Flip It, like everyone was like like they'll be gone tomorrow, they'll be gone next month, like let's see if they can follow it up, like let's see. It's like that's so much pressure to have like tons of people doing that, and like I think the only reason that we got over that was by like being like, fuck all that, like if we never make a song as big or as good as Flip It
Who
again,
cares?
like I don't care, like
Yeah.
let's just make music and give it to people and see what happens.
Yep.
I feel it.
Love
And I
it.
feel like that's why things have, we didn't just disappear the next day,
Yeah.
like, because if we
You
had just
kept it up.
hyper focused on like, but no, the next song needs to be as big as Flip It.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
guys are just
No,
having
you
fun
moved
with
on
it.
to the
It's
next
part of
one,
your
next,
brand.
next.
It's part of your brand.
I have a question from Patrick Lehan, and I'm also asking this question because I'm going to Hijinks also. Are you guys doing a pop-up in Philly since you'll be playing Hijinks? Wait, are you guys playing Hijinks?
we are playing
Yeah.
Jinx, yes.
Yeah, it'll be there.
Sadly, no.
No pop-ups?
It's really hard actually to do. It's hard,
Pop-ups?
way harder than you think to do pop-ups, and way more expensive than you think to do pop-ups. But it's like it's pretty hard to like get them to work, at least like in like a cool, fun way.
Licensing.
Yeah,
You gotta
like
get a lot of
paying
permits
off
and
cops.
stuff.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Actually, yeah, because like
literally
paying
pay off
cops-
cops in New York to. No,
We never did
Oh
that.
no, the cop's gonna get fired. That would be terrible.
I mean, I know
Name
you,
them.
I
You
know.
won't.
In a way, I know you got to do that in LA. Like, if you're gonna do a public thing, you got to like inform the city.
Oh
yeah,
that's how you pay
LA's
off the
way
cops.
harder
Yeah.
to do it
Because like it's
than-
like they know
than-
like, oh yeah, this is happening. I'm not gonna like show up and be like, oh, noise complaints. I know this is happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
LA is like much harder to do it in than like New York. Like to at least like to do something like in the streets like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know?
It's a little bit more renegade in New
Yeah,
York.
we had like a bunch
Fair
of
enough.
cool ones. There's been a lot that haven't come to fruition. But we'll definitely do more pop-ups next year. But I think there was like maybe an opportunity to do one in a city like at the end of the year, but I think it kind of fell through. So like I think probably next year, like we're trying to work on like doing some and especially for like the cities that sold out like fastest,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just like as like a
100%.
thank you.
We just gotta plan them out better. Like,
Fair
instead of sometimes like a week or two before, or something like that.
Denver
They've all been-
Denver one was like 2 days.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was
so
like
funny.
planning for like a month and then it fell through. And then like 2 days before, we're like,
We gotta find a place.
Yeah,
we gotta do this now.
Everything worked out though.
Yeah.
To like,
I love that.
Came
I love that
together.
for you guys.
That's good.
So no pop up, but at least I'll see you guys
No
at Hijinks.
pop-up.
Yes,
Hijinks is gonna be a
sick.
blast.
I'll definitely see you
Yeah.
guys there.
I
A
am
lot
so
of new
excited
music
for
for
that.
hijinks.
Yeah, bringing
Let's
our
go.
laser guy. We're
It's gonna be awesome.
yeah.
Well, speaking of that new music, we are at the end of the episode. We'd love to hear another track that you guys have, and then just so
might
you
have
guys
something
know.
sitting right here.
Yeah. I mean, oh wow, just happens. Just so happen. Whoa, might as well play it for us. So what's this called?
This one's called Like This. It's a collab with our friend NITTI.
Oh, my
Wait,
boy Ricky.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Wait, you guys,
Wait, are you guys going to the
That's
pop up
awesome.
today for Nitty?
Oh yeah, I forgot he has a pop up
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
just saw a
I'm seeing
video.
my grandma after this, so maybe I could bring her.
It starts at 6. So
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
that's where we're going after this.
If we'll see you guys there, that'd be dope.
Hell yeah.
That-
How far
that
is
will-
it?
It's here in LA. I can send you the details.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll take
Nice.
Joshy. We'll see.
Ricky,
you go.
Ricky's a great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be
I
fucking
love
sick.
I'm just gonna make sure Santa's here to react to the song.
All right.
So this one's called Like This with NITTI.
With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this.
Josh, is that you on the vocals?
That's me.
It's always Josh on the vocals.
Just some effects. That's all.
Like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this. This.
Yo!
This.
What the?
This. And I'm brown like this. This.
Oh.
With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. Like this.
I love the disc scratches.
Yeah.
Like this. Like this. Like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this. With an ass like this.
Oh.
Your guys' sound design is nuts.
Yeah, that's nuts.
With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this. With an ass like this and a waist like this, with some tits like this and I'm brown like this.
I feel like your guys' music is like the epitome of just like fucking around on the beat. You know? Like, that's like what I get every
around
time
on
I
the
hear it. That was sick.
That was
Hell
fucking
yeah.
nuts.
Wow, you guys did that with NITTI?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Like we've been fans of him for a long time. Honestly,
Yeah,
and that's
very
something I've
long
loved
time.
about him is that he is just like down.
He's
to
so
make
versatile.
Whatever. Yeah,
He literally
Oh,
is
yeah.
just like whatever the fuck he's feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
And he can do everything.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say, I'm gonna
Make
say that
any
song
time.
puts you on the naughty list. Just easy.
Good.
It was nasty. It's just, you get Cole. You get Cole.
If you guys, by the way, if you guys want, they're going to show us another unreleased track, but they're going to do it over on the Patreon. We are at the end of the episode though, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap us out. But please let everyone know what you guys got coming up right now. What's on the list. This will be airing on Christmas, so whatever you guys have after that.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
We have like the phase 2 of our tour, which is almost sold out, I think.
I believe so.
And then
That's
we're
crazy.
just kind of just getting ready to like just start off the year by just releasing a bunch of new music.
Nice.
Sick.
You know, we got like collab flip with Tape B2 to
Sick.
put out at some point in the new year.
Sick.
Yeah, we're just like super excited. We have like a
Crank that collab.
Crank That collab and we have like our biggest headline show in Chicago. It's already sold out, but it's
Snow
like
day.
it's
Sick.
it's going to be like a really unique show and experience, and we just like I just can't wait to like be able to do it, and especially be able to like show kind of like the world, like, you know, like look at this, like, you know, cool things you could do with live shows, and hopefully like other people will try to like get involved and try to do, you know, cool things. Like you'll see. It's like I can't spoil too much, but it's gonna be a super sick show.
Putting a lot of work.
Can't wait.
Awesome.
Yeah, can't wait. Well, if you guys made it this far, thank you for watching. If you didn't already know, we do have a Patreon that we're going to be shooting a little bonus segment on where we listen to music, maybe talk about some stuff that we can't talk about on the main episode. But yeah, I know. Yeah, sometimes we do talk about, you know, what's going on in our personal
We're all going to
lives.
sit on Santa's lap.
Yeah,
all at once.
What do you want for Christmas?
So definitely go and check that out. We also do other bonus content on there. We got playlists on there. We didn't do priority. I think we forgot to do priority questions on there for this episode, but
Shame
we
on
usually
you.
do.
Yeah.
I know. I totally forgot. That's my bad.
But this person's
Oh,
really,
okay, I
really
forgive
cool.
you.
This person's really, really cool. all of their names should be popping up like right
Okay,
here.
so
yeah,
that was
right is like, whoa.
Right here.
Yeah, this
So
person's
yeah,
pretty cool.
definitely go and check that out. And even if you guys are not a patron, we still love you guys anyway. And
And also a thank you to our sponsors, Clutch Loop, Boom Boom. You know, they take care of us. We try our best to take care of them. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, smash that notification bell. Hit like it, comment. Ho ho ho.
Drop.
Merry Christmas, bitches.
Yeah.
2,000 comments. 2,000 comments. Josh will take off his shirt.
We'll see you in the Patreon. Just go. You're gonna like it.
See you later.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.